know how I do.
Let's get cracking!
Welcome back, everybody, here to our final game of the night. For those people out there that have the stamina of an ox who have been with us for all 6 games now, congratulations to you guys. You're an ox. Let's get into the game. Pain Gaming going up against SNA, our final game of the night. Game number 3, final deciding matchup 2. Who will face up against the Peruvians? That's the big question on everyone's mind. A question on my co-cast's mind, I'm fairly certain as well. Who is Clairvoyance? Last game, man. Last game.
Toby, I don't want to be too rude to our South American viewers, but if D2CLNA has a Peru versus Brazil finals, I am going to be sad.
Well,
and
why would you be sad though? Because
I mean, I'm happy
at the same
for them
time,
because honestly,
you can be really ecstatic. The fact that like South American Dota has reached a point now where I'm not going to say they're taking up the #1 team in America, because obviously that's going to be EG, who are not competing in this competition. But they're at a point right now where they can beat the Tier 2 teams and potentially travel to their first major LAN event, and who knows what can happen then.
Yeah, and of course, I'm personally supportive of that as well. I mean, King RD is an acquaintance through a friend, and I've seen these guys in the scene for a really, really long time. Again, Pada is just an interesting figure for me because I know that he's apparently quote-unquote the richest guy in Dota 2. And as for the other team, which is not today, you know, I've been on the Smash hype for some time. You know, he's been making waves in matchmaking scene over the last couple of months, coming into TI as well. So yeah, I'm glad for their ability to show their talents, but I mean, it hurts, you know. Pride-wise, it hurts, man. Like,
team ban.
NA Dota, please.
Why do you care? You're Canadian.
No. It's I'm American, Toby. First of all.
Really?
All right. Second of all,
were you actually born in America? No, you're Canadian.
Okay, look. Everybody in North
Diet
America is
team
American in one way or another, and that's just the hard truth. Secondly, Sneaky Nyx Assassins, as you said, is a resemblance of the old Liquid, kind of, with a couple new members, but I would say pretty outstanding Liquid members with the IX, Mike, Flop and stuff, and TC was actually still got that Liquid banner on his avatar picture. So yeah, I mean,
I was actually I was playing around with him a little bit early tonight, and IX Mike 88 got massively offended because I'm like, hey, so TC still sporting the Team Liquid banner even though everyone else has an SNA banner. Does that mean Team Liquid's coming back? Because I know a couple of them were still actually holding on to that Liquid banner for a very, very long time. But
yeah, well, to be fair, IX Mike held on to it for a year, and some people messaged me and they were asking me about IX Mike's status, and they were asking me like if he was getting paid by Liquid or anything like that, and I simply just said he's just holding on to the banner. It doesn't really have that much of a meaning behind it.
Radiant team ban.
I always wonder.
That's all I'm saying, right? You know, they are going to ESL, and I'm sure they'll have somebody behind them. But
yeah, that's the reason why I was like in 1 week's time, less than a week's time, they're headed to ESL. Would you not want to have more than just an SNA sponsor, unless you think you could take the entire ESL 1 prize pool and keep it directly for yourselves with no managers required? That'd be nice.
Radiant team pick.
Let the players figure out the details once they get there.
Yeah. Yep. Either way, it would be pretty cool if they announced the fact that you're going to join Team Liquid just before they go to ESL 1. Because then we actually have like an old an old combination of teams. Because ESL 1, I believe, has they have complexity.
Yep.
I'm actually I'm bringing it up on my side screen because my brain is a little tired now. So actually no, sorry. They have EG, They have Na'Vi US and they have
Radiant
Sneaky Nix
team
Assassins.
pick.
But if you have Na'Vi US, EG, as well as Sneaky Nix Assassins, that's still pretty damn cool. And Complexity got really close. They actually got knocked out by Sneaky
Dire
Nix.
team pick.
That's where it went 2-1 in the lower bracket final. Only 3 teams from US. I say only 3 teams.
Just said,
It was still 3 teams from US that get to attend.
Yeah,
but
I
yes.
just said yeah because I assumed you knew what you were talking about.
Well, I assume I know what I'm talking
Shame
about
you
most
didn't,
of the time.
Toby, shame.
I always question me, Clairvoyance. Always question me. Okay, a die pickup. Thoughts?
Panda counter. Decent against
10
Jakiro, because
seconds
Jakiro is somewhat
remaining.
stiffy in cast animations and whatnot, and she likes to anchor herself in front of tower pushes.
5
Undying is a
seconds
hero that very
remaining.
well needs the enemy to come to him, because he's not good at chasing, even with Rod of Vados. It's a lot of gold commitment. Mainly
Radiant
because
team
Brewmaster
banned.
Pandas, they get slowed ridiculously hard by the Panda... Pardon me, the Brewmaster split Pandas get slowed ridiculously hard by the Tombstone. And Undying is a hero that just offers presence. He can get cycloned up, he doesn't care. He can
10
get stunned up,
seconds
he'll just get it
remaining.
back with the decay. So, in engagement wise, Undying
5
is a
seconds
direct hard
remaining.
counter to Brewmaster. Actually has one of the highest win rates against Brewmaster.
I would, though, flag the fact that you
Dire
kind of
team
still need to
banned.
have like a really great combo hero to go with him. And I've kind of found Undying has been a hell of a lot more effective when you're in aggro lane or going up against an aggro lane. So does that mean that SNA are be picking up something like a VS to go with that Mirana, and they just try and force something
10
on this off lane?
seconds
Maybe
remaining.
VS not the best choice up against a Jakiro, but just
5
look
seconds
look to try and
remaining.
actually go aggro in combination for the arrow. Unless you're going to try and use
Reserve
Mirana as a
time.
support, but I'm fairly certain they want Weaver up
10
against the
seconds
Bat Rider,
remaining.
or,
Yeah.
or Centaur up against the Bat Rider and Weaver up against the
5
Viper, because
seconds
Viper's probably going to
remaining.
completely zone out that Centaur. Or they try and run Weaver in the off lane with the Undying and Mirana and just have a fish
It is
for an
possible. Their
Radiant
lanes definitely have a
team
big
pick.
question mark on me, and as I say that, Pain Gaming actually missed the ban. Time to tune into the chat and see if they say something.
arrow. Did they DC? They haven't DC'd. They're
No.
all in the game.
I just look at the chat because usually, like, this kind of stuff actually happens a lot in scrims, and then the team would just say like ban Clock or ban Shadow Demon or something like that, and then the other team would respect it. I guess in tournaments it doesn't really go that way, does it?
Not really.
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
When you've basically got like your D2CL future on the line and
5
an all
seconds
expenses
remaining.
paid trip to Bucharest, you kind of don't wanna
Reserve time.
take any kind of risk with this. Maybe they couldn't decide on who they want to remove,
That's probably the case. Yep.
and then time ticked out and like crap. But it's impossible to read. Like, we're sitting here going, well, how are SNA going to run their lanes? And they could be sitting there going, well, we could ban out a VS, we could ban out, well, what other supports would you even want to remove? It's... Ugh.
Yeah, it's hard to ban against Sneaky Nix Assassins right now. I too am kind of not baffled, but somewhat confused at what they want to pick. And
It's a
yeah,
support
they want to
Mirana.
go for the Dragon
Dire
Knight, so it'll be a
team
support Mirana and a support Undying. As you said, with Undying, that hero really likes fighting early, but against Pain Gaming's lineup, Undying is good against Viper in the lane. It's okay, because Viper can't infinitely kite in Undying early.
What?
But Ember Spirit is also really good against Undying.
But how is
So-
he meant to... This is a support Bat Rider.
I don't know. I think it's a jungle Bat Rider. It's just gonna be really greedy of them.
That's really
Wait.
greedy of them.
Baga, if I recall, was the Enigma player, and the Rubik player from Game 1. Is that a support Brewmaster?
If it is, I'm going to beat my head against this desk.
Why is that?
Because I do not see a support Brewmaster working.
I would be doubtful a bit as well, but it's not that bad, honestly. I mean, the hero used to be ran as a support duo combo with Crystal Maiden back in the day. Every game, Panda, CM, walk
Prepare
around
for
the map,
battle.
kill everything.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's kind of okay because you're able to get some really good level. Yeah, it's a support Brewmaster.
Yeah, it's a support
It's actually a
Brewmaster.
support
It's not that bad.
man of my
It's okay,
word.
Toby, you don't have to bang
I'm
your
a man of
head
my
against
word.
us.
But the reason why I feel it's gonna be really bad is because you're going up against like Undying. Like that's you're gonna walk in close to Brewmaster and go, woo! I have no Stout Shield. I have what? Drunken Brawler first level, and my life points being taken away from me bit by bit. Like that's not the position you want to be in as a Brewmaster. He has no presence this lane. Like you would have gone something like a Venomancer, and you'd have so much more potential to do something in a lane. But with this, I'm just not feeling it. And because
I
they
think they just
realize
got
that they've
deep with
gotten
their
so
picks.
greedy with this, they're going to move over
30
and
seconds
put down
to battle.
aggressive observer wards. That got easily pinged. But they're definitely blocking up as many of the camps as possible. Because what are you going to do? Rotate with a support Brewmaster and a Bat Rider?
Well, that's the thing. Brewmaster with boots can actually gank.
Okay,
Believe it or
okay.
not. This Drunken Brawler.
Explain to me how. Explain to me how.
Well, with boots, what happens is he has average movement speed, and chances are, if you're a support hero, you'll always rush boots first item. And some heroes by that point don't have boots. Like if this Brewmaster actually started with just boots, it would have been okay. Because then you walk into a lane with clap, and if you have Drunken Brawler, all the better. You crit for like 120 damage or something like that right off the bat. Well, I guess little less with armor reductions, and then you clap, and then you guarantee some more right clicks coming out of this very tanky strength hero with high strength. So you can actually do like 300 damage at level 2
The
on any
battle
lane that you go,
begins.
so long as you can close the distance. And with double damage, you know, you hit a little bit harder. But I would assume that they would give it to the range hero in this situation.
I'm not quite sure about Fluff's commitment to warding here.
Yeah, they're gonna look at the replay and find themselves a little silly for doing this, because I don't think Pain Gaming care about this that much.
No, they don't. Because once they
Yeah.
realize the Bat Rider's off lane, then it makes no difference. But if they hit this arrow into mid lane anyway on 40R, like Dragon Tail's not leveled up here by TC, and 40R is doing a good job of bringing the creep
Nice
wave
arrow.
up, but the arrow will
Not
still
enough for a
connect.
kill.
There's Breathe Fire. He's going to level up his Flame Guard here, or no kill at all. In fact, he just walks back underneath his own tier 1 tower. While the
Yeah, that
DD
actually
rune is
hurts.
zoning out Mike on this top lane.
Yep. I did want to point out that the Brewmaster, again, 3 wards being placed into the jungle. Alright, it is done. But if they block the pull, it would have really hindered this Panda's ability to not only move around, but just get EXP overall.
Yeah.
And again, this Panda pick is so greedy to pick as a support here, so I think they really should have considered blocking the pull.
Especially with
Centaur's
Ike's
getting
Mike
solo zone.
88. Like, he can't get anything on this off lane. Because
No.
they didn't block the pull point, the creep wave gets dragged back, which means he loses all kind of control for the lane. And on bottom lane, the control doesn't really seem to be as great because Flopperstuff's only just arrived down here now. So he can start dragging the creep wave, but you've already got a Bat Rider at level 2, and it's an off-lane Bat Rider. You can't control an off-lane Bat Rider with the lineup they have. You can harass him down and maybe chip through his life points, but as long as he hits a bottle, he'll be picking up every 2 minutes a rune. He'll be having a lot of farm from that. And he's able to Firefly himself over and contest this kind of pull. Leech the experience. But obviously only once he gets a couple more levels up.
Actually, I think, I mean, I hate to be rude with a comparison, but I think like a Phonic or a Bone 7 Bat would be doing that right now, contesting this second double pull.
That's true. They get
Yeah.
a little over-aggressive. He's coming in for the rune instead. Whitebeard's going to show himself. So the rune will
He
still
should stay
go
on
the
top
way.
of the rune. There's no kill pressure on him.
Rune of regeneration.
This Bat Rider is not making the full use of what he's given, I think. Which is fine, again, he's still getting good EXP. But he could have gotten more out of this, for sure. This Centaur dying, he could have sat the EXP, he could have gotten the creep wave back. A lot of things that this hero could do in the offlane right now.
Still feels really weird to not see a Viper just battle up against TC. Like, I understand the Ember Spirit's nice and strong here. But at the same time, like, the Viper's kill potential and zone out potential on that mid lane is just so much higher. And Ember Spirit up against the Centaur's having no problems, especially with the support he's got from his Jakiro. Like, that DD rune from Jakiro really made Mike's life a living hell on that lane. Because there's just nothing he could do about it. He got harassed back by Liquid Fire, hit up, so he had to burn through almost all of his consumables. He's finally able to leech at level 2 now, but that means he can either go return or double edge. Like, that's his only options at the moment.
I think I kind of agree, but the thing with Viper mid lane instead of an Ember is that the Viper can't rush mech as fast because he's committing to zoning out targets, and of course you'll inevitably miss CS one way or another. And then the other thing is, even though you destroy the DK harder, this Ember Spirit not only goes even against the DK, but Embers with runes can gank very, very well, whereas Viper is a lot more stagnant. So it's kind of like a situation where instead of the Ember getting the ganks for the DK, it'll be the DK getting the ganks for the Viper, and that's not really what you want. It wouldn't be easy, but it would definitely happen, especially when a DK hits 6. Anything is possible.
I'm wondering if this is one of these games too where we should be looking at. Oh, 5-second arrow! That could be first blood right there. The tombstone being dropped, the decay as well. He's already come down to 511 life points, and they got the kill. First blood goes into Whitebeard. He was just overstaying his welcome slightly, and the observable was giving perfect vision of what he was up to.
That was a really nice arrow by Fluff, certainly, but not too sure if that should have happened the way it did. Arrow
Probably
coming
not.
in, number 2.
Just
Blocked
hits
by
a
the
creep.
wave. Yep. 4-minute rune
But
secured.
they are still able to secure the invis rune at the bottom for TC. So he
Yep.
burns through the bottle charges, pushes the creep wave in as far as he can, and picks
Dyer's
him up.
middle tower is under attack.
But
And
I
TC
was
is
wondering if
actually
this would be
leading
a phase boot kind of game for Ush, primarily because he's going up against the Bat Rider, so you could actually zone him out a little bit. But it's because with 4 points, he got 3 decay hits on him, and he went down to 450 life points. How easy is that for a Weaver just to dive under and kill off?
Oh, Toby, I hate phase boots on Weaver, man.
Mike.
It's...
No mana. Now he's got Hoof Stomp. No double edge though. He's only got return. Breathe fight. They got enough.
So close.
They bring down Ember. He just sat there with the flame guard, the Searing Chains hitting onto TC, beating him down. And IX Mike 88 will finally hit his level 3.
Yeah, that's a really, really nice movement coming out of him. Not as big as he had hoped, though. It was a 3-man kill, so the EXP divide and gold divide wasn't as great as it would have been concentrated on lower targets, lower amounts of targets. And now new player, wow, this is a gank I've never seen before. They actually just drop the tombstone behind them, and the arrow connected. And of course, even without the arrow, they would have gone to kill anyway. So I guess that was just Barrett being too far out of the lane, and Nyx just capitalizing on that completely, realizing that, hey, we can run this guy down.
Radiant's
But
top
yeah, phase boots
tower
on
is
Weaver,
under
Toby.
attack.
Please, no.
Come on, I believe from Envy. Also, we actually have no boots, Weaver. They're coming top. IX Mike 88 wants to stick around. Ned, what, dude? Ned, what? Why? Ned, why? He's asking for TP support, Mike. I think they want him to come in, but at the same time in middle lane, Whitebeard's currently harassing back the Ember Spirit, which means this tier 1 tower should go down. Liquid Fire comes off cooldown. It's just hovering inside the tree line. But there's 3 heroes here in the middle lane, quite visibly showing the movement up north, but the Ice Path connects on Mike. He's still just moving himself back. He's got that extra ability point just being saved for now, and they're so far into the tower. One
Tower
Liquid
time.
Fire is going to be done again, but there's so much
Radiant
support. Flop the
structures
stuff.
are
Fire that
fortified.
arrow, man. Let it fly. Ned's already got himself half stomped and double edged up. TC will also TP in here. The town's going to get denied, and now 40R just got to space up in the mid.
Oh, that TP by TC. That hurts him so.
Yeah. He
Yeah, that was...
doesn't even get a rune for it. Like, if there was a top rune he'd be picking up on the way back down again, then
Yeah.
maybe it'd be justifiable. But the regen's already been taken by the Ember Spirit.
Yep. Lost mana, had to commit extra bottle charges, as you said, no rune for him, and of course the creep wave kind of stayed before the tower, so he didn't lose that much EXP and gold. But overall, using your TP like that, it always just hurts the mid laner, not getting anything out of it.
It causes a Midas, Weaver.
Yeah.
I hate you, Weaver.
It's the right move this game.
It really is too, isn't it? It really, really is. Because he's just going to skyrocket up in the levels, but more importantly, these critical mid-game items are going to come up. It's a good time. With such a greedy lineup coming out from Pain Gaming, it's not as though they're going to rotate around and initiate, and your team's already gone 4 for 0 in this matchup. You have an advantage of 1,600 gold and about 1,100 experience. So why would you care?
No, you certainly wouldn't. All you want to do is just expand that advantage. And the only real kill pressure coming out of Pain is when Ember Spirit rotates with another 1 or 2 heroes. And even then it's risky, or difficult rather, because he has the time lapse. But this Weaver, probably one of those games where the Weaver gets out of control, gets like 3-4 slots. And if he chooses Desolator, he'll be able to burst down targets really quickly. If he chooses to abuse the new change to Geminate attack and get some sort of orb, like Crystallis, which is not actually an orb, or Maelstrom, then he wants to abuse the extra procs
Initiation.
coming out of the second.
They're going on 40R. The arrow, however, not really going to be that effective, and TC still trying to battle up in this Dragon form. Flopper stuff, Liquid Fires on him, and 40R's Flame Guard was burning him down, but they can't get closer to finish the job. And now Dragon Tail stun again over on this Ember Spirit. The decay will crack over on the 2 heroes, Jakiro and the Ember. It's a little bit low on life, and the Tombstone's not making it easy. The arrow flies very much astray through the entire engagement, and no one's initiating in yet. Dragon Tail stun, Mike back to the wall of the fighting. Looking for a half stomp, can't really find one. Now he almost got it off, but the Searing Chain stops him, and Mike just stands there tanking everybody. The Decay's trying to help out, but Mike still will go down. 40R's down to 663 life points, but that arrow again flies very much astray. And while all this is going on, you've still got Brewmaster finding himself some levels on top, not to mention farm.
Yeah,
And
he's
you
actually
claim
halfway
Centaur.
to a blink. That's pretty nice.
The Weaver, however, is also free farming a bottom lane. So he's a 4.3k net worth now. He's almost a full 1,000 above anybody on the Pain lineup. And this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane just went from almost 100% life points down to 1/3 life points. in just the space of a couple, like 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, this Weaver. Probably gonna get out of control this game. It was a nice Weaver pick, really. Weaver is a really good counter to Pando. And Weaver's not good against Viper in the early game because Corrosive Skin counters Swarm and it counters Weaver's right clicks because Weaver's so low HP. But in the later stages, Sakuchi just ignores everything that these guys throw out, and you don't even care about a Bad Rider lasso initiation because Thinkins is just core on this guy after Midas.
They're going again on Baja. They're gonna know he's got no way out of here. The leap, the arrow, he's trying to find the range for it, but the melee creep was in the way. So Fluff couldn't get the perfect line for it. The Bat Rider is going to go down this bottom lane. It's like Weaver actually picks up a solo kill with that one after time-lapsing out. I assume Gem had attack finished the job considering the distance between the two of them.
Yep, exactly. Just didn't even have to commit that deep under the tower. I don't even think he needed the time-lapse. King RD gets the solo kill at top lane, however. Ike's Mike does fall, and yeah, he doesn't have Stampede yet, which is why I guess that happened. Probably also the lack of a teleport scroll since he probably TP'd to that lane. But in the meantime, mid lane, tower's about to go down.
At the same time, Barge is trying to solo up against Ush. And they found 40R. Just one decay crack into him. There's a bounty rune here, the arrow. Trying to make sure he can't just pick it up and get bottle charges. But he's got a spirit to jump back to inside the lane. So he's completely alright.
Will he go for the top rune though? That's the question.
He could go for both, yeah. I still get really annoyed though with the DK Dragon form. He sent an illusion in to try and hit on the tower and give it the poison tick down, which doesn't work. But according to the information on the tower, it says it is working.
Yeah, so it's just the illusion tooltip is what you're bothered by.
Yeah, yeah. It's a small thing. I think I brought this up in a cast we've done before. I just bring all my problems to you, Claire.
Oh, it's okay, Toby. We'll cry together, my friend.
Should shed a tear. The misguided tooltips.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not accurate, Volvo?
Mike's gonna hit 6 here. Pretty significant, I would say. Gonna allow him to save another target on the other side of the map, possibly, or allow him to get aggressive on targets like Viper, who is level 9, has the mech, has 4 points in Corrosive Skin. My oh my, he's taken that Chinese build and tore out a new one with this level 1 poison attack, 4 Corrosive Skin, max Nether Toxin, it looks like. Oh dear.
It survived to the end, man. It survived to the end. This T1 tower's being attacked already. They went to Dragon Form on TC straight away. Didn't even wait for it. Now Baja can't do anything about this. He's already been forced back at the moment. He does have his split available, but they fortify after the Tier 1 tower went down, which actually means they've burnt their Tier 1 tower regeneration. Like the refresher on the Tier 1 tower regeneration.
And Ush is about to crack 11.
My bid. That's a DD rune on 40R, man. He'll drop the tombstone down. There's an Invis rune that's not spawned up, and there's no way he'll be reaching that.
Kill the tombstone, guys. Kill the tombstone. Don't run away.
Money. Look at 40R. One hit.
Yeah. Double damage. What good is it if you can't kill a tombstone?
Fluff's looking for a kill over here on Brewmaster. Puts the aggressive observer ward down. He needs the Brewmaster just to stall up for a little bit so he can try and hit the arrow as opposed to just having a guess. And Brewmaster backed up. So it connects on nothing. But the Weaver's still getting free damage into this tier 2 tower. And Fluff will try and help him out a little bit. It's just taking some time. But the Centaur gets his next big item up, and that's the Blink Dagger over on him. So they finally have the initiation coming out from SNA. Well, hello Ned. Alright, highest path, but leap down. 40R. Okay, he just got Shikuchi. He's got the Invis rune. And now Searing Chain on Fluff and stuff. Turns for a point blank range arrow with the Starfall, but it's all practically evaded, but still the Beetle is on the back. Oh!
Oh, nice elude.
Yeah, the stun will still connect over on Ned, so they'll get the kill over on the Jakiro. But that Bat Rider. Ush wants to fight this one. He's still got Shikuchi. Not Shikuchi. He's still got time lapse available. So he's able to chase down the Bat Rider.
Yeah, that Bat shouldn't have died there, I don't think. He walked way too close to the edge. He should have gone down as he did and then gone straight back up so the Weaver gets blocked by his own and his turn rate is reduced by the napalm. That's a pretty significant kill because he gets hindered away from his blink, and of course now Whitebeard is warding up the enemy jungle, so they'll know when he's going back to farming that blink. It's 13-14 minutes into the game, the Bat has no blink.
It's very, very problematic, man. Not even close to it though. Like this is still gonna be like an 18-minute, 17-minute blink dagger coming out.
Yeah, honestly, even that's doubtful because he might just die again. His teammate's taking the jungle. He's forced to go back into the lane, and as soon as he shows himself, somebody else might jump on him, or a stray arrow might just catch him.
Speaking of the teammates, like, Brewmaster will pick himself up a Blink Dagger, but Ned, okay, if he can actually hit uphill, there we go, finally. He'll bring down that Observer Ward, but he's still committing some money into those Sentry Wards, and he doesn't really have a lot to do that with. It's 1,100 on the net worth for a Jakiro 14 minutes in. The nearest is, in fact, Mirana, just shy of 2,000. And for some reason, too, I'm seeing a Mirana walking around with just a casual Sage's mask.
Dire's top tower
Probably
is
building
under
into an urn.
attack.
Probably.
Yeah.
It would make sense. And then just mana regeneration with the clarity should be enough to bring you back up to an arrow. Depending how much
Dire's
time
top
you waste.
tower has fallen.
Yep. Yeah, the urn recipe's been purchased.
Whitebeard.
And stashed.
Commitment on the top lane. He thought someone might have been in there, so he dropped the tombstone.
I'm surprised. Ush's farm hasn't taken a toll, but it's definitely halted in its tracks considering what he's been getting. Normally when a Weaver gets like a 6-minute Midas,
jump in.
The lane,
Baja, Whitebeard goes into the oldie and just TP's out. There's no stall there, there is.
yeah.
That
he's
follow-up
dead.
damage from the Ember Spirit came rather quickly.
Oh, and you know what? What I said about Ush, I have to take it back. It's because his recipe was actually on the courier. This is about the right time when you're snowballing on Weaver to get the Lincolns and the Midas, and
Yep.
you could probably have boots with it as well. But yeah, he has the gold for it. So
The deceiving thing was actually, yeah, won that, but if you looked at his net worth, you're still sitting at 8.6.
right. Yeah. Yeah, 8,000 in about 15 minutes is a good number for a snowballing Weaver. It only gets bigger from here.
Fluff's going to attempt an
'Cause
arrow
next
into
item
mid.
is-
He can see Ned walking into the tree line. The Moonlight Shadow trying to protect him. Now they'll watch him go invis. A leap away. Ice Path back into invis, but now the hoof stomp. And with the flame gun up and running. Okay, it's actually going to wear off now. But at that time, he couldn't just go straight in for the double edge. It would have been pointless.
Ooh, interesting. The Ember's actually rushing Battle Fury before the phase, before the drums. He has a Ring of Aquila to replace the drums.
He can't really survive in that, though. A little trouble for 40R. Like, with just one double edge, he goes down to half-life. The Beatles couldn't actually latch onto him in time. But they weren't far behind him. But this Weaver is going to come online a hell of a lot sooner, like with damage output, than 40R is going to be able to survive.
Actually, I'm wondering if this is good. This seems really good. The Ring of Aquila on the Ember Spirit. I'm not too sure about skipping drums, but as a drums replacement, as they say, that Ice Mike gets a kill somewhere.
It was just an invis or initiation from the DK. He Dragon Tail stun,
top
Mike blinks in,
tower
hoof
is under
stomps,
attack.
and then the follow-up arrow for Fluff and stuff. They just ensure an easy kill.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm not sure if this is good or really good.
Dire's
This Aquila
middle
on
tower
Ember.
is under attack.
I'm gonna try this. This looks really good.
I want to explain your logic in full, man, apart from just saying really good. Why is this meant to be
The thing
really
is,
good?
So the thing with Aquila is, as we know, it's super efficient as an early game pickup. The thing with Ember is, when he gets bursted down, it's not usually because he has not enough life points. He actually has very good effective HP from Flame Guard, but I'm going to hold that thought as Baga almost initiates.
I
I
think
say
they were
almost
expecting a
50%
Brewmaster split to come then, considering they used the center ulti just then.
Yeah, you don't want to commit like that.
What it actually helped them with was the fact that the new player just picked up his Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider, and I don't know why he's exposing this in the middle lane. If someone's actually
see,
checking...
he managed to find it.
Yeah, he got his Blink Dagger
good.
up 17 to 18 minutes in, so whoop, whoop, hit the spot.
Yeah.
But he revealed it by just walking directly into the lane. Now, they're going to be slowed up. He just got himself a nice little decay. Whitebeard, Hoof Stomp, trying to buy some space here for him. The arrow connects in as well. The Ice Part, he gets into Ultimate Form, but no Soul Rip to bring him up. And the Brewmaster split will go. TC try and TP out. He will be cancelled off, and we've already got the support coming back in. The Undying brought back into this game. They want this Brewmaster down as he's trying to bring down the Tombstone. Not successfully, I should add. The Earth Brewling, they're trying to keep him alive. So then Baja comes back in. He can't get himself away from this one, while Viper will die a little bit further down. They bring down both the Brewmaster and the Viper. 40R to pick up a DD rune. Jump in.
Ooh.
IX Mike, that's risky. 300 life points to try and jump over from 40R, but then Ush caught him out. There's no extra spirit for this. He might have a DD rune, but he'll take Shikuchi damage, and that Beetle is doing a lot of work on him. And the fact that Beetle will almost be the one to get the kill. But Weaver does get the last attack in instead.
Yeah.
Either way, he would
Weaver's
have got the
actually
victory.
really good against Ember in these kind of situations. The Beetle just chases him and gives entire
Radiant's
vision of
bottom
where
tower
Ember
is
wants to
under
go with the
attack.
Spirit. But yeah, going back to that point, it's the Ember Spirit really wants to give lane presence. When he clears out the creep wave with Flame Guard, he always lacks tower damage. And I'm gonna hold that thought again.
Ice Path as well as the Macro Pie being committed. Whitebeard, you should never have thought you're going to survive that one. The center ulti will be triggered, but it's allowing Mike to run himself in. He wants to make sure that Tombstone stays alive. And King Red! Oh, what? Why? Flame Break will push him out a little bit. He'll get the Meg Charge off. He actually can survive this. Ice Mike 88 is going to go down here. After Pain loses 3 cores, I thought, well, okay, this game's going to go to us. But turns out, Pain come back. 5 heroes now in the middle lane. And they're the ones that come out on top of that because they still had a buyback by the Undying.
Mistakes were made, but for a second, it seemed like it was the other team. Really, though, it was the other team.
The swing. The big swing. Now, Blink Lasso, they call Fluff the stuff. And they're going to bring him down nice and quick. TP supports come in from Whitebeard. Fluff able to leap with the Flame Break. And of course, the Firefly gives him the vision. Whitebeard will trigger the ultimate. And we've actually already got Weaver being forced back in here. He doesn't want to be part of this. Courier.
Okay, I'm wondering if this is a bug. I've had this happen way too often in the recent patch. Where actually, you know what? What am I saying? It's the Radiant Courier.
Yeah, it's the Radiant Courier. It's because he was flying over a Dire hero on the way back out again.
I thought he was going straight to the Panda. Like, sometimes I see this Courier just in the middle of nowhere. It has no items, and I don't think anybody called it to that location, but it just goes. I can't seem to put my finger on it. Maybe it's just some bad missed micro kind of thing.
Maybe.
Well, regardless, they get a lot of good kills and they take the mid tower, and the Viper demonstration was certainly put out there. He's super tanky and he's about to get his Active Scepter, so add on some more to that. I also want to point out this DK build that's been coming out recently from a lot of teams that pick DK. This Blink Dagger DK build, I don't like it. Simply put, it defeats the purpose of how the heroes play. It defeats the purpose of winning the mid lane, because all of a sudden you try to transition into this gank kind of style and you might as well just pick an Ember Spirit for that. It's just too awkward. This hero wants to anchor and he wants to become the best anchorer possible. Like, theoretically, Viper is really good with a Blink Dagger as well, because anytime Viper gets a Blink Dagger, most of the time he just jumps on the support and then they can't do anything because it's early in the game and Viper's super strong, does so much damage and tanky and all that. But it's not the right item choice for obvious reasons. This hero serves a different purpose.
It's just a very Pinoy style. Like is
that where it's from?
Yeah. It's because it's Blink Dagger or Shadow Blade, and it was primarily done around the age of the full melees. Like when it was always melee versus melee.
Is not even good anymore.
There's trouble right now. If the Blink actually gets him away from new player, the Tombstone was also dropped. The Fluff triggered his ultimate. The Sentry Wars will drop, so they can see him right behind him. The Ice Path will connect. And then a Sleight of Fist Searing Chain. Fluff, he just wants to throw one arrow out. He used the stick charges, now they're going to use the center ulti as well. Brings TC in range of Ned, means the arrow is capable of connecting over on him. Fluff, so she's showing his patience, but another Sleight of Fist Searing Chain. New player, the light points, he's got enough. But the Beetle is on him and it gets brought down by the tower. He had an Urn Charge on him on top of all of that. But he was able to TP out while Mike, adding as much pressure towards this mid tower as possible. Blink, he can't do it in time, he's dead. Brewmaster will jump in and get the clamp hit. But it'll be a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, which will also take a fall here. So I'm going to say it's a great trade-off in the world, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse for Nyx.
Yeah, well, honestly though, I think the biggest story is this Weaver still farming. And once this Weaver gets a couple more slots, he's going to look super scary. And as I say that, he's actually got his third item here. The Desolator's coming out right now. And one more item, and this Viper's not going to be able to fight this Weaver anymore.
I don't know if the Ember Spirit can even fight him. Because I'm still looking at Ember Spirit with like just over 1k life points with 8 armor. You start adding a Desolate effect into that one. If that's with anything, like even if it's just a basic Chrysalis, that'll be more than enough damage just to beat the crap out of everybody in Pain.
Yeah. It's really weird if you think about it, because theoretically, Ember, like, he does so much burst damage that you would think that Weaver gets hard countered by it, and a lot of times it is exactly what happens. Ember just Sleight of Fist Searing Chains a Weaver from a very long distance, and if it's in the middle of a team fight, his Battle Fury just splashes Weaver down to like 10% HP.
But they got an arrow.
This time,
it's on the Ember Spirit. Ike's Mike jumps in, double edge and hoof stomp. They brought him down so quickly. The Macro Pie might be triggered, but the center ulti allows him to disengage. And now with the Beetles over on Ned, look at the damage from Ush.
Oh my gosh.
3 heroes go down. He moves over to the Viper as well. -2 on the armor. Hoof Stomp too short, but the Dragon Tail with a Blink Dagger, he's capable of following up.
Arrow connects.
And King Red will go down. That's 4 heroes so quickly mopped up.
Dire's middle
The tier 2 tower, they're battling backdoor regeneration, but the battle does not last long. 16-10, a huge advantage coming the way of Sneaky Nix. 5.1k in the net worth, and a difference about 3.4k in the gold change. And they're even going to be picking up Roshan. And with the Desolate effect that's there, hey,
Yeah,
why
it's going
not?
down fast. Fluff's arrows are really, really on point this game. They just start up all the fights they want, and it's so favorable because most of the time they're like 4 to 5 second arrows. Look, he's even arrowing the Roshan. 4-second arrow it is. But I have to say, this Weaver pick was just brilliant this game. It's so elusive against Line of Pain, especially when you get greedy with a pick like Brewmaster as support. This Weaver still doesn't care, so your greed's kind of negated. And most importantly, this Ember got shut down really, really hard. He's just got a Battle Fury to his name.
He's got Shikuchi right now.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna die.
Hey, he missed the Searing Chain.
Even with, I really don't know.
Look at the Beatles.
Yeah,
Get the damage on 40R. He wants to jump
He's got
out.
a Lincoln still.
Look where Ush moved to. He moved to where the Spirit is, but not perfectly on it. But he wants to keep going in deeper. He's still got time lapse as well as his ultimate. He misses up the hill.
I think he should have changed targets to the bat. I think he would have killed the bat.
If he actually waited a little bit further down, I know he obviously wanted to wait for Shikuchi. He's going to go for the Shikiro. The arrow's coming in, a little bit off target, but a Shikuchi up, he gets the other side, the ice part. They're still able to connect on him. One attack up the hill, he misses again.
Oh, again.
The Urn Charge won't be ticking out Ned here. It'll force him back, but they'll just take the tier 2 tower on the top lane instead now. Especially when Whitebeard's free farming bottom lane. And probably free farming experience. Yeah, why are you running in? Run away. It's a 3-man lineup coming your way. But they want to go on top lane. It'll be the Viper. Dragon Tail Stun will connect. And now, Ike, Hoof Stomp, Arrow connection, the Beatles. No reason for double edge. You already did. But King Red, that Meg Charge will not save you. Didn't even delay the kill.
Yeah, I almost feel sorry for King RD when I see these kind of ganks. Like, there's so little that Viper can do, and the problem is, if he doesn't do this kind of thing, he's kind of locked into his tower, and they actually don't have any vision. It's just a really tough case because, again, the mid lane just didn't go in their favor, and they started losing these fights and kills because Bat Rider's blink came so late. It just started getting picked off all around the place. This Weaver, already out of control, I would say. Probably not going to get any better for the side of Pain Gaming.
No, they really need something big, and right now, maybe a base defense. Mike. Okay, now, Mike, that's a tower. He's going to back himself up. The Searing Chains will connect for a moment. They had the Meg Charge available for Whitebeard, and they kind of actually have to use it already. But the tier 3 tower goes down. Baja jumps up. No split looking for that. Oh, no looking for the split after jumping in. The Centroli was on cooldown for just a moment. So it was potentially an opportunity for him. But the tower's already down to half of its life points.
And it's a fake back. They're camping here with a smoke. I would imagine they're waiting for another initiation from Fluff with the arrow. But with all their blink initiation stuns,
Fluff's the follow-up initiation now. Like it's a blink to Dragon Tail or a blink to Hoof Stomp, and then the arrow holds that target there.
I think they want to go. He walked to lower ground, back up to the high ground. He's probably dead.
Right on top of the observable. Hoof Stomp, the arrow line. He has to leap for it, but it will connect. So King Red, there's your jump in. Barsha will go for the split. The Macro Pyro is down too, but TC already triggered his BKB off. Whitebeard's probably the only sacrificial lamb here. He's soul ripping and making him work for it. They will pop up the tombstone, but Mike wants to go back in again. Hoof Stomp, and then the Dragon Tail Stomp. They want that Ember Spirit dead with the Breach Mike actually connecting on all 4 players. But in comes Ush. He's searching for the opening, but can't actually do any kind of extra damage. You'll find King Red TPing himself out. The attack will follow, but it won't get the kill, but they can move into Baja now. The Flame Ray pushing it back. Time lapse. Nah, he lets the Aegis go. TC's low on life, but they give him an Urn Charge. He'll regenerate pretty quickly. They got 3 heroes down. No major ultimates, and Ush knows he can just chip away at this tier 3 tower.
Well, oddly enough, I don't know why he didn't time lapse there. They can't push this against the Bat Rider Firefly. I feel like that was a waste of an Aegis. I guess it was expiring soon now. It's 5 minutes.
True.
But that whole fight, I thought Ush was actually on standby with the Centaur, so you could burst down any target immediately. Ush actually went to mid lane to push that out, and I think that was some heavy miscoordination coming out of Nyx because they could have wiped that whole team fight with Ush's presence from the very get-go. But instead, what happened was Viper didn't take enough damage. Instead, he forced all these targets to walk on him with corrosive skin, and was able to go even on the fight exchange.
TC just
Sent
got
for a
himself
3K
a nice rune for a re-engage. Regeneration's going to come his way. But it's Ushu's already coming up to the top lane. King Red, there's no stuns on him this time, but he's got the beetles on him, and watch that negative armor really kick in. Even picking up a courier on the way through. This is actually worth like 2 kills right there. Time lapse is away from not only the Bat Rider, but also from the Viper turnaround. While on bottom lane, Mike, they want to jump on 40R. A little bit more difficult now he's gone into the tree line, but they loop themselves around, and 40R walks into it. They can't hoof stomp. They'll drop down the tombstone. The spirit is there. He's trying to get himself back out, but he cannot get out in time. So the Ember is now down, and he's actually down for the count. No buyback available. It's 4 minutes and 10 seconds on cooldown. They got their opening right now. Sneaking Inks Assassins to get into that winner's bracket final.
Yep. Whitebeard's pushing in the bottom lane. He has a mech and mana boots. Won't be able to press out the Panda, but will be enough because this is a support Panda who will have to commit a lot more spells. And Bat Rider's found Whitebeard.
Yeah, he has. But he's having trouble keeping up with him to get the last 2. He had to use the 4-staff to catch up to him. And in the meantime, you got rotation coming in from Flopper Stuff, able to arrow onto Ned. So the Jakiro goes down. The Ember's still on the sidelines. And the Fortification's the only thing keeping Pain Gaming with the top ranks at the moment. The tier 3 tower will drop. That's a Viper ulti going onto TC, but it's a level 2 one onto a Dragon Knight that's level 16. It doesn't really seem to give 2 hoots. They beat into the melee ranks. The range is already down to half of his life points. Baja will jump him. The split not going to happen because he actually got stunned up beforehand. The Tombstone will drop. The Lincoln Sphere might have actually been triggered over on Ush, but they don't have enough control on him. They don't have vision because the Moonlight Shadow is now triggered off. He finishes up the ranks. He's supposed to actually killing off any of the Brewlings, but now there's only one left. If that stun wasn't there, he could just pick him off. But Ned, he's in more trouble. Halfway in the middle of the fight. And now the Ember Spirit up to the high ground too. Dragon Tail stun, they won't get in range for it, but Baja back to the Earth Brewling. Now he goes down. A double kill for the Weaver, who's pumping in more damage than what Pain can really deal with. And that range Rex, Usha sees hit it once, but they got King Red, as well as 40R. 40R was the bigger kill for him because King Red has no way out of this one. So they managed to bring down the Ember Spirit. There goes your Viper onto the sidelines, and they just keep beating in, and they call it GG. Pain Gaming realized, even with all the buybacks in the world, they could not repel firepower of that magnitude.
Yeah, they actually kept buying back one by one. They just kept walking in and dying. It was like a meat grinder, and they all took turns or something. But overall, a really nice strat coming out of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, fluffing stuff with huge arrows, and TC doing relatively well in the mid lane. Of course, a couple really convenient runes for them, which allowed them to set up some ganks, and Ike's Might coming into the mid lane with the early Ember kill was huge. But overall, Pain Gaming, they couldn't find their drive and their groove in this game. You know, they had the Brewmaster that was actually farming decently for support, but their Jakiro gave away too many kills. Their Ember Spirit, similar story, and Viper got caught out every time we walked too far out the lane because Bat Rider presence was non-existent in the mid game. So overall, Knicks take it.
Now they do, which means they have themselves a date with the Peruvians. Looking forward to that one. It's going to be an interesting battle, and the Americans cannot get massively depressed having both of their teams in the lower bracket. But as far as it goes, if you want all the details for the tournament, you can go to d2cl.org. That is the official website for the English version of it. You can also follow all the information over on joindota.com. We've got our big coverage pages over there. We actually redesigned our entire navigation so you can actually find a lot of the features we have on Join Dota, and we are working on more of them. Yes, we will fix the VOD page. I don't know when, but we're going to fix it. And as far as the playoffs, you can check out all information on that coverage page. So check it all out there. We will be having our winners bracket and lower bracket final tomorrow, starting at the same time. So at 22 CEST, we'll be doing our 2 best-of-3s for that one. And then the concession and overall final will be happening on split days, I believe, as we had a little bit of scheduling problems with a couple of the teams. So we'll see how it all goes. And as far as our schedule goes, it will all finish on Monday night. I believe is now the set time for that one. But of course, you can check out the details on both the websites I have aforementioned. That's it for the night. Big thanks to Clairvoyance, as always. You can follow him on no social medias. He is a hermit. You can only find him here in our live streams. And you can follow me at Toby1Dota. I'm using my VK page again. Yay. It's really cool. Russian Facebook. But you can follow me on Twitter as well as Facebook as well. Just Toby1Dota. And of course, follow the main account of Join Dota over on Join Dota. Really, really simple. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time on the live stream, which is tomorrow night.